Welcome back to Kitchen Exploration. Today we're going to be making kimchi. Kimchi is a fermented cabbage. It's a recipe from Korea. So I hope you like it. Don't forget to like us and subscribe to our channel. So let's go to the kitchen and let's make some kimchi. Alright guys, so here we go. To make the kimchi, this is what we're gonna need. We're going to need one Napa cabbage. We're going to need some fish sauce. Let me show you the one I use. This is the brand that I use. Pretty good one. I'm going to use hot peppers, Korean hot peppers. They look like this. They come in different texture. They come coarse, they come finer and very fine. So you choose, like the medium. I use more or less the medium size. They come coarser than this, but this is the one I like. I use like 7 cloves of garlic. I have here half a cup of kosher salt. And we're going to need about a tablespoon of ginger. We use this and we're going to put it in a bowl. It can be a stainless steel bowl or it can be a plastic bowl, it doesn't matter. We're going to put maybe about, let's say, 16 cups of water in the bowl. And we're going to put the salt inside. And then we're going to need like a half a gallon jar. You can use a fancy one like this one, or you can use one of those from a bowl, the tall ones. The first thing we're gonna do, we're going to put some water in a bowl. I like to put a little bit of hot water so I can dissolve the salt, and then I add the rest of cold water to fill it up so it's not that hot. So let me do that, and I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. So I have my water already. It's nice and cold, it's salty, and that's like we make a brine with that. And now we're going to cut our cabbage. I like to take the heart. Some people like to leave it, but I don't like it. So I eliminate that. And cut it more or less like that, about 1.25 inches. And now we're going to put in the brine. Let's take the other heart out. Now let's go the same way. Take this one away. So this, we're going to let it sit. I let it sit for about maybe an hour and a half to 2 hours. So the brine goes, inside the cabbage, and it starts helping it to break. It's going to become softer. So what I do, I put it there. I like to put a plate. So it goes under. And some weight. Let's wait for about an hour and a half to 2 hours, and then I come right back. Alright guys, so while the cabbage is in the brine, let's make the paste that we're going to use for the kimchi. Before we do that, let me tell you, I forgot one of the ingredients. I use a bell pepper. This is called elongated bell pepper. There's another pepper that Korean people use, but it's spicier. I don't like it that hot. So with the bell pepper, you make it milder. That is the way we like it here in our home. So let's cut the pepper. We don't have to go crazy, beautiful and stuff, because we're going to put it in the blender. So let's throw that in the blender. Put everything in the blender now. Put the garlic cloves. Put the ginger. Let me cut this ginger a little bit. Put the hot pepper, the dry hot pepper. Now finally we'll put the fish sauce. So let's run it. Alright, so there you have it. So now when the cabbage is ready, I come right back and I show you the rest, how to put it together, how to put it in the jar. Alright? See you in a bit. Alright guys, so it has been 2 hours since we put the cabbage into the brine. So now you see have a softer consistency. What we're going to do now is we're going to strain it and take the brine off, and we're going to rinse it. If you notice, we put like half a cup of salt in the water. It seems like a lot, but after we rinse it, it won't be that much salt, and most of the salt stays here in the brine. So what we're going to do now, we're going to rinse it. Taste it a little bit, and that's pretty good. Let it drain a little bit. So in the same bowl that we had the brine, let's clear that up, take the brine out, and let's put the cabbage, the drained cabbage, back in the bowl. There we go. Alright, so to this we're going to add the mixture, the paste we ran in the blender before. Now we start mixing that. If you like, you can put a little bit of salt here too. I rather don't use it for the way we like it. I don't put salt now, but if you like, you can put a little bit. With the salt we had in the brine, it's more than enough. While we had it soaking for 2 hours, all that brine goes inside the vegetable, so it starts helping the breakdown. So there you have it. Now I'm going to get my jar and I'm going to start packing it in the jar. Let me taste this. That's really good. So what I like to do, I like to push it down, pack it tight in the jar, Now after it's put in the jar, I won't close it. I leave it open like that. I clean it here a little bit. Let me get a paper towel. I like to clean the edge, the mouth of the jar. I leave it just like that. Then I put a plate, like so. And I let it stand outside for about, somewhere in your countertop, in a corner that it won't be on the way. Leave it for about 2 days so the fermenting process starts working on and the water that is in the vegetables start coming out. After the 2 days, that's pretty much the way I like it. I put it in the refrigerator. In the refrigerator, it still ferments a little bit, but not that much. It slow down the fermenting process, but I noticed that when I leave it a while in the refrigerator, I notice a little bit of a difference, but it's good. Actually, the more it's fermenting, the better it is. So that's it. I'll show you back in 2 days. I'll show you the way it looks, okay? Alright, so there you have it. 2 days went by, and if you notice in the bottom there's some fluid that's from the fermentation process. Before I put it in the fridge, I'm going to push it down and then I can store it. I hope you like the video, and if you like it, like us and subscribe to our channel. See you next time. Buen provecho.